this video, we're going to compare decimals on number lines. Let's get started. A number line is a visual way to show numbers and see how they compare to one another. Take a look at this number line that goes from 0 to 1. In between are all the numbers that are more than 0, but less than one whole. Since these numbers are parts of one whole, they can be written as decimals. Let's divide our number line into equal sections as shown. What is the length of each part? First, we'll count how many parts there are in all. Starting at 0, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Since our length of 1 is split into 10 parts, the length of each part is 1/10. or 0.1. Now we have enough information to label our number line. After 0, we have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, and 9/10. Perfect. Okay, now that we've reviewed some of the basics of number lines, let's try comparing numbers. Graph 5/10 and 3/10 on the number line. Which number is greater? Notice that our number line goes from 0 to 1, with each part representing 1/10. Let's graph our first point, 5/10. Here it is, right in the middle, between 4/10 and 6/10. Next, let's graph 3/10. Now that we've graphed both points from the problem, we can compare them to figure out which one is greater. We can see on our number line that the numbers are written from smallest to largest, going left to right. 5/10 is to the right of 3/10. So 5/10 is greater than 3/10. Great work. Now sometimes we want to show even smaller sections of numbers. For example, the part between 3/10 and 4/10. We can zoom in on this region by making another number line that starts at 3/10 and goes to 4/10. The length of our new number line is 1/10. So if we divide this number line into 10 equal sections, each segment represents 1/100th. Remember, 3/10 is the same as 30/100ths, which can be written as 0.30. 4/10 is the same as 40/100ths and can be written as 0.40. We can label the rest of this number line by counting by hundredths. After 30/100ths, we have 31/100ths, 32/100ths, 33/100ths, 34/100ths, 35/100ths, 36/100ths, 37/100ths, 38/100ths, and 39/100ths. Now let's look at another example. Graph 12/100ths and 18/100ths on the number line. Which number is greater? This time, our number line goes from 10/100ths to 20/100ths, which means each part represents 1/100th. Let's begin by graphing the first point, 12/100ths, on our number line. Great! Here it is between 11/100ths and 13/100ths. Now let's graph 18/100ths on our number line and compare. 18/100ths is to the right of 12/100ths, so 18/100ths is greater than 12/100ths. Excellent work. Let's try another example. Graph 6/10ths and 59/100ths on the number line. Which number is smaller? These two numbers are a bit harder to compare. Which one do you think is smaller? Let's graph them and find out. Once again, let's graph our first point, 6/10ths. Notice that this number line goes from 55/100ths up to 65/100ths, counting by increments of hundredths. Where does 6/10ths go on the number line? Remember, 6/10ths is the same as 60/100ths. So we can look for 60/100ths on our number line. Here it is, right in the middle. Next, let's graph our second number, 59/100ths. We can see that 59/100ths is to the left of 60/100ths. So 59/100ths is smaller than 6/10ths. Okay, let's look at one last example. Graph 4.73 and 4.76 on the number line. Then compare them. Notice that on this number line, we're only given 3 labels, so we need to do some extra work to graph our points. First, let's find the length of each part of our number line, as we did at the beginning. Our number line goes from 4.70 to 4.80. That's a distance of 10/100ths. It is split into 10 equal parts, so the size of each part is 1/100th. This means we will count by hundredths when placing our points on this number line. Let's graph our first point, 4.73. We'll begin at 4.70 and move forward until we reach 4.73. Moving forward once by 1/100th, we come to 4.71. Next is 4.72, and then we reach 4.73. Perfect. Now let's graph our second point, 4.76. This time, we can begin at the number labeled 4.75. If we move forward once by 1/100th, we reach 4.76. Great, we've graphed the 2 points that we need for this problem. Now let's compare them. We can see on the number line that 4.73 is to the left of 4.76. So this means that 4.73 is smaller than 4.76. We can write this as an inequality with the less than symbol. So 4.73 is less than 4.76. I hope this video was helpful in comparing decimals on number lines. Thanks for watching.